Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about my favorite subject, which is string crossing. First I want to start with how the body is involved in all of the string crossing we are doing. I think I did a similar video about this and I'll probably put the link below. But today I'm going to include some new things that I have been considering about string crossing. So the first thing I want to say is that when you do string crossing you really need to have a balance in the body and use big parts of the body like your back, your shoulder, your arm and also your wrist, of course, and fingers. So all of these parts are included in the string crossing. So don't feel restricted. I just wanted to show you that you could also do a test on yourself and try to do the movement of the string crossing, like from your shoulder, and try to feel like how the collarbone is moving up and down. Now, of course, I'm doing quite big movements. And then try also to feel your back with your hand and how your shoulder blade is also moving. So all of this area should not be restricted when you do the string crossing. So we can start with a very simple exercise, just to remember that as a new beginner you're probably taught the 4 levels of the arm when you are on E string, on A string, D string and G string. And I was actually told that you should, this part like shoulder, arm and wrist and bow are supposed to be like a rectangle, like a straight lines at least. So try to do this movement like you are rocking from G string to E string, just to get the feeling of where are your parts of the arm while you are E, A, D and G string. And then we'll start with a very simple exercise to play an open strings. Just play on D and A. And then try to play the opposite. You probably noticed that there is a difference from playing from a lower string to a higher string and the opposite. And that is because our elbow and arm are going down to the higher string, or lower string you can say. The level of the string is low but the pitch of the string is high, so I will call A and E low strings because they are lower for the body. So the elbow is going down to A and E and going up to D and G. So what you have to do is to prepare your elbow from the older string to the newer string. And you can practice this actually with Kreutzer number 2, which is you probably know this one, otherwise I will post a small picture of it so you can practice it. And if we zoom in a little bit on Kreutzer 2, it starts on A string and then go to E. So you have to go lower with your elbow and then play. Then prepare from the older string to the newer string. Again. Your string crossing will feel different also according to the tempo you're playing in, the part of the bow, if you're on the lower part of the bow or if you are the tip of the bow or in middle, also feels different. Also where on which sounding point you're playing at, because the strings here are more narrow, closer to the fingerboard, and they are wider here. So that's also changing the movement of your hand. And hopefully you practice so much that you will not need to think about this when you play the music. Of course, if you're very high level, when you play, for example, Bach, and so on, then you feel actually how your shoulder blade is doing this micro movement, and the only thing that is making the change in this case with Bach is actually your fingers. But a disclaimer on this is never lock anything from your arm when you change the strings regarding tempo or wherever you play on the sounding point, because that will make you stiff, and crossing is not going to be smooth. And because the technique of the string crossing is different on the frog and on the top of the bow, you can actually practice the string crossing first here. Let's say you want just to practice very simple, just on A and E string, so you can be here and that's quite difficult. So you should concentrate on the weight of the bow on your pinky. This is where the weight is going, and this is what you are practicing. You are practicing the flexibility of your fingers here, like, so it's basically like doing this. And then you should practice the same thing on the top of the bow, on the same strings. And you cannot see my hand here, but when I'm on the top, I'm doing much more from my wrist actually. This is how the way it is. You can try it yourself and it will naturally want to move from the wrist, but down here it's more fingers. You can also practice Dounis exercise, which I like very much. So his book is called The Artist Technique of Violin Playing, Opus 12, and it's a very nice exercise. I really love to practice these ones. So it sounds like this. So we are going to do again on the frog. And then B is I'm not happy with the sound I produce now, but just wanted to show you. Of course I need to practice that myself repeatedly, because it's something that you forget and then I have to develop again. So sorry about the bad sound here. And if you want to become even more advanced, you can practice Sevcik's Opus number 3, which is for martelet or off string. So he has these exercises that are also on the frog. It sounds like this. And then he's doing the opposite movement from lower position to higher. So so it's a very different movement, so you can try that as well. And then you can play it on reverse, so you start upbow, and Excuse me if I'm not playing the perfect, but it was actually a long time ago I played this, which reminds me that I should play it more often, so it sounds like this. And if you're like me and find this challenging, you could actually play it as staccato in a very slow tempo, which is also going to give you the benefit of changing the strings. And it can be like this. Which is actually a very good exercise for the frog, as I talked about this movement from the fingers. There is also another book by Simon Fischer called Tone that is also training the sounding point and the string crossing. So if you have possibility to buy it from Amazon, I would really recommend this one. I'm going to put all of the names of the exercises I did today in the links below the video, and you can buy them from Amazon, many of them, or maybe you have them at home. You can also just practice on open strings to start with, and of course you can always practice your material that you are practicing right now, and just invent your own exercises for string crossing. Like Bach has, for example, a lot of string crossing which are very complicated, so you could actually practice Bach as an exercise. That was all for today. I hope that you got some useful information from this video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.